Good morning, everyone. This is DeCarlos. Most of you already know that Wednesday, I lost my wife Wednesday. We was yesterday, Wednesday morning. Uh, we got up, got him ready for school because they wanted him to be to school early because it was his graduation, and so she got his outfit on him. I took a couple of pictures of him in the house. When we got outside going to the car, she took a few pictures and a video of him, and she had texted to me before she got in the car. So we got him to school early because they wanted them there early so that they could practice. His graduation didn't start till 10, and this was earlier in the morning. So we got him to school about 8 something. Then we drove and dropped the oldest one off up to work where he worked at, which wasn't that far from where my mother lived. And after dropping him off, I went to help my mother get herself ready, far as getting her clothes pulled up and things like that, because she had a doctor's appointment, and her Metro Access ride was coming at a certain time. They give you a window of time that they come pick you up. It's the disability service that the area transit authority has to transport disabled and seniors and things like that to dialysis, doctor's appointments, and places like that. That's the company I used to work for before I had to resign because dealing with wheelchairs and all the other stuff we had to deal with. I messed up my rotator cuffs and was off for a couple of years, but then it got to the point where I had to even resign or try to come back to work. The doctors advised me that I wasn't able to come back to work just yet, so I could go back at any time. They told me this was a few years ago, and I still could go back because I wasn't fired from the job. I just had to resign because of the health issue, and the only issue with that was that I would lose my seniority. So it's a lot of drivers on that seniority list, and it was nothing that the union could do to make them guarantee that I wouldn't lose my seniority number. My seniority number was like 22 or 24, somewhere up in there. So basically, whatever schedule I picked when it was time to bid for schedules, I got. So I didn't want to really go back to the bottom of a list, and my shoulders still messed up anyway. But anywho, after getting her together, my mother ready, and we finished everything, we drove back to Judah's school. We got there a few minutes before 10. I parked a car, and we sat there for a couple of minutes. She was doing something, and then she went on and got out and started going in. So I got out and locked up the car and everything like that, and I went in right behind her, maybe about 2 minutes behind her. So when I got in there to give my invitation to the person at the desk to find out what floor they was having the graduation on, the security guard saw me over there, and he looked over and he told me, your wife is in here in the office. She was having an issue. So he told me when she came in, she told him that she was feeling lightheaded and felt like she was gonna faint. So they took her in the office and sat her down, and the school nurse was there, and other staff members were giving her water and ice packs, and there was another person there that was calling 911. But she was saying she was feeling lightheaded, having a bit of trouble breathing and things like that. And she sometimes would panic when she would get her blood pressure or anything like that checked. So she didn't like to actually know what the numbers was, just in case it was high, and so she wouldn't panic. And so I was explaining that to the fire department and stuff, and she continued to say she couldn't breathe, and they gave her oxygen They turned the oxygen up for her. She was still conscious and talking and everything. And started getting fearful and things like that. And I was telling her to just calm down, let them do what they gotta do. And in the midst of that, when they was asking about the health questions they asked, do you have like diabetes, high blood pressure, things like that? I was telling them no, she didn't have some of the things that they were talking about. But I did express to them that she takes blood thinners. And she gave me a look when I said that. And she told them, yeah, I do, yeah, I'm on blood thinners, but I hadn't been taking them. And I gave her a look. I didn't say nothing to her because I didn't want to upset her, but she knew when she said that. She looked at me and gave me a look like she knew I was going to probably be upset with her. Now, all the while, nothing was wrong with her up until she got out the car. But a few days before that, she was speaking about trouble breathing, not being able to taste stuff and things like that. So she thought maybe she was catching COVID again. And so I had told her, I said, well, get checked out about it. But she was the type, she didn't like to go to the doctor too much, and just because she didn't want to hear bad news. And so that she was having those type of symptoms. Now, COVID symptoms are pretty much just like the blood clot symptoms, because when I had them on my lungs, I had trouble breathing, I got winded and things like that, like she said she was. But we just assumed she probably was catching COVID. I didn't think about a blood clot or nothing like that. So after she told us that, I started wondering that, well, when she said she hadn't been taking them and gave me the look, I asked her, I said, you haven't been taking your pills? I said, well, how long haven't you been taking them? She told me 2 weeks. And I looked at her, she looked at me. She knew I was a little upset with her about that. And but I didn't say nothing to her because I didn't want to upset her any more than she was feeling. But I told her, I said, I could have sworn I've been seeing you take your pills. She take her pills the same time every day. She takes she took blood pressure pills. I take blood pressure pills. She usually in the morning takes them right when she wake up before we go to take Judah to school. So she takes hers early. I take mine early, sometimes before her or sometimes after her, because I'm on blood thinners also for my atrial fibrillation. So when she said the 2 weeks, I gave her a look. She looked at me like she knew that I probably was going to be disappointed with her, in which I was, but I wasn't going to say nothing right then. So, because had I known she hadn't been taking her pills, and I knew that like a few days before that, I had just took her pills in the house because she left them in the car. So I could have sworn I've been seeing her take her pills, but she told me she wasn't. So had I known that when she first was complaining about feeling them symptoms that could have been COVID, it would have hit me, hit my mind that I need to take you to the emergency room because it might be blood clots and not just catching COVID. So after she told me that, and they was doing what they doing, they turned the oxygen up some more for her and stuff like that, and was trying to get her prepared. This whole time down there, neither one of us got to go upstairs when Judah's graduation started. So after they got her a little situated, and because they was having a hard time getting her blood pressure and some stuff at first. So after they got her situated and on the gurney, the cart to take her out, by then the actual ambulance had showed up. I told her and the people down there that was helping her, the staff for the school, that I'm gonna go upstairs real quick and go into Judah's graduation so he could at least see one of our faces in there, and then I'll be back. So in the midst of that, I went up there because they still didn't know what hospital they was going to take her to yet. So, and they hadn't put her on the ambulance. They were just getting her prepared to do some more vitals and take her. So I went upstairs to go into the graduation. I missed him walking up there because when I got there, he was already up on the stage on the very back row. So that must mean that he was one of the first set of kids that their names were called. So I got in there and I stood by the doorway I came in at, and he did see me because he looked over and he nudged one of his little classmates and pointed over to me, and I could read his lips. He said, "That's my father." So after that, his aunt, his mom's sister came in. She came in like right after me, and he saw her there too. So she was there took a couple of pictures and a little video of them doing their little song and things like that. So when it was over, it was over with just about anyway. So when they was leaving to go downstairs for pictures or whatever, I asked the aunt if she could go with him while I go check on the wife. And she said, yeah. I said, well, can you stay with him while I check on her? So they went downstairs and close to where the graduation was. I walked down to the other end of the school and went downstairs because the end that I went to was where the front entrance was, where we came in. So I went down that way so I could be closer to the entrance where she was at. When I got down there, I didn't see the aunt or Judah. Then I found out that Judah was in the room that they was taking pictures. And they was asking me, do you want us to move him up front so that y'all can, do what you need to do? Because the school, they knew what was going on because all this was happening in the office. And so when I said yeah and went in there, I didn't see his aunt. They didn't see her. So, and then the ambulance had already left, and they told me that they was taking her up to George Washington University Hospital. So knowing that I didn't see the aunt, that told me that I started thinking, well, she must have gotten in the ambulance with Marquita. So I went on the stage and took a picture. I didn't take one with him, but the picture he was taking with his teacher and stuff, I took a picture of him and his teacher together, and he got his little graduation bag and stuff. So I went on and brought him home and brought him to the house to leave him with the middle son, because the oldest one, he was at work. We had dropped him off earlier. So while I was there waiting for him to come out, after he opened the door for Judah, I told him to come here and gave him my phone to try to call his aunt because I don't know her number. And he didn't know it by heart, and his phone was messed up, so he couldn't do it on his phone. So then I text the older son to call her and see where she was at, because I already figured she probably rode with his mother. But during that time while I was texting him, one of her other sisters pulled up, sped up kind of fast, and told the middle one, Zane, to come on with her because they was going to ride up there. Now, my car is having radiator problems where my radiator is leaking and stuff like that, and I would have to keep putting something in it to keep it from overheating right now. So I told them to take Judah with them because I wasn't going to chance driving up all the way up Georgetown. From where we live at to Georgetown University Hospital is too far of a distance for me to have tried that and to have tried it with Judah in the car. So I let Judah go with the middle son and his aunt while I went back up to the older one, Marquise, went back up to his job to pick him up, and we came back. We was coming back to the house and was catching a Uber up to to the hospital. So halfway up the hospital, and again, the most I thought that may would happen is we got up there and they said, well, yes, you do have COVID, and she may would have had to stay in the hospital for a few days or a week or whatever. And was thinking it could have been COVID because my uncle in Arizona, he caught COVID a couple of weeks ago when he went to one of his grandchildren's graduation, and he lives out in Arizona, and he said him and a few other people at the graduation had wound up catching COVID. So that was the most I thought was going to be said when I got up there. Halfway up there on the Roosevelt Bridge, the aunt called Marquis' phone, and he was talking to him for a minute, asking where we was at, and we told, well, we halfway there, we're on Roosevelt Bridge. And that's when she said that his mother was gone. And then he dropped his phone, and I picked it up and asked, I said, what do you mean? And that's when she told us she had died. She said she had died on the way up to the hospital a little bit, and the ambulance had to, I think she said they pulled over and was trying to work on her and revive her and things, and they called the hospital and informed them that she had passed, and that she was going through cardiac arrest and things like that. So they got her up to the hospital, and the nurses and things and doctors said that they had 2 teams of doctors and nurses working on her, and they tried to they said they worked on her for about an hour trying to revive her, but nothing would happen, and it was basically a blood clot went to her heart, and she had a cardiac incident and passed away. This was something that wasn't expected because she was fine, and part of the thing that bothers me the most is that she didn't get to see Judah graduate, and we was right downstairs, and she didn't get to see that, and she wanted to see that. She didn't get to see him in his cap and gown. That's one of the things that's like sticking with me right now. And then the other thing is the fact that everything was fine up until we got to the school and she got out. So me knowing about blood clots and things, how they can move and certain things can make them break off and move, that's telling me that from that time she got out the car and walked in and told them she was feeling lightheaded, that's when it broke loose and probably went to her heart, and was starting traveling to her heart. And so that's you know, it's hard to deal with. I never thought that she would go before me. Most of you know my birthday was last month. I turned 53. Her birthday was in February. She turned 39. So you can imagine I never thought that I would have to deal with her going away before me. We've been together 14 years. I never thought that. So, but now the thing that I got to go through is now, because this was unexpected, because I had to resign from my job when I did years ago. After a certain amount of time, I lost my health insurance and the health insurance that I had for them, and the life insurance I had on everybody. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was through the union or through the job. Either way, I lost all the coverage I had for everybody, and we never really pressed it. I think at one point she did get some on herself, and I told her just to worry about herself right now, because I wasn't too much worried about myself, just one for them. So now I got to try to figure out, was she still doing it or not? Because some things, she didn't tell me what was going on with her, something, because if she did something that she know that I probably would have disapproved of, she would worry about whether or not I'll say something. So I got to try to figure out if she still had that insurance, but I'm thinking she may not have. So now, along with the fact that we lost her, I have 3 boys now that I have to try to help get through this. One is 21, the middle one is 18, and Jude is still 5. He won't be 6 till August. And then when he went up there with his aunt and brother, he saw her. So I believe he saw her dead, and because he had asked me why was everybody crying, and I don't know how to explain it to him right now. And I know soon he's gonna be wondering where she is, and I don't know what to tell him right now. I'm at the house, so the boys are at one of the other aunts' house that lives out Rockville. They're gonna stay out there till Monday, and I understand they don't want to be here, so that's fine. So while I'm here, I'm trying to straighten up things a little bit, gather up stuff so I can start looking to see if I can find an insurance policy or anything like that. But the thing now is that I have to now figure out a way to properly put her away. Her family, I believe they're trying to start a GoFundMe for her. But I think I'm gonna try to start one specifically for her also, but to have something for the boys afterwards, whatever it isn't used for burial service and things like that. So y'all may not see me around much or commenting on videos or nothing like that, because this was Wednesday she died. Today is Friday, and it's still like I still can't wrap my head around the fact that she died like that. And it's something that I didn't think I would have to go through. I always figured I would go before her. So I'm dealing with it. I gotta try to keep my head on, because I got the boys to worry about. So but that's the thing I gotta do now. I gotta figure out a way to start to get money to help to put her away properly. And I don't even want to use the word put her away, because that sounds like you just putting away clothing or something you just don't want around. But lay her to rest properly. So I may not look at videos or things like that, may not do too much posting of anything like that. But I just ask that just keep my boys and us in prayer, because this is like really tough and unexpected, and we wasn't prepared for this. So I wasn't prepared for this. I know she wasn't, and now I just got to try to figure out what I'm gonna do to basically take care of these boys and to take care of her the proper way. So that's all I wanted to say, and let you all know that I'm not all right. It's bothering me, and again, me being in this house probably ain't helping, being here by myself. But even like yesterday, I left out, went up to the corner store to get something to drink, because I needed a drink. So I went up there to get a drink, came back, and walking from the car to the door, uh, I got overwhelmed with emotion, and knowing that I was about to unlock that door, and because usually whenever I go anywhere, she's right there with me, and knowing that I was about to walk through the door, first going up there, and she not next to me in the car. That was part of it. But then once I got back here and was walking from the car to the door, and it just hit me when I started getting to the door that I'm about to open this door and walk through this house, and she not in here no more, and she not gonna be here. So it's this is hard, and I gotta do what I gotta do for these boys and for her. So I got some things I gotta figure out. So you all may not see me online much, and but I just wanted to let everybody know what was going on. The fact that I lost my wife Wednesday, and I can truly say I'm heartbroken about this and devastated because I didn't think this would happen. And it's two people that, well, more than two, but it's a few people that I always said that I'd rather leave this earth before them. That's my mother, my wife, and the three boys. And my mother's still here, the three boys are still here, but she's not, and I am. So that bothers me too. So if I could change places with her, I would. But that's just what's going on with me right now. So on top of the car issue I was having and trying to deal with, then this week we got hit with losing her. So I don't know which way is which right now, but like I say, y'all probably won't see me for a while. You may see me here and there, but I'm not gonna be on as much as usual or commenting as much as usual because I'm just not I'm not in that place right now. So I'll talk to you all when I talk to you.